So one of the things that I often say on the channel is that a goal that you generally want to have with American English is that when you have a consonant sound like a b or a k or a l or a t, any of those sounds, you generally want to try to soften them so that way you can get from vowel to vowel. But something that I encountered last night, or we discussed last night, so on Monday nights right now, we have a stream for channel members where basically we take a look at a poem and we just kind of analyze that poem together. Um, so, by the way, so if you are a member, definitely check out that video because you may enjoy it. But one of the things that we found is that sometimes you don't necessarily want to go soft. So, for this is the poem we were looking at last night by Robert Hayden, and there's this line that talks about like then with his cracked hands that ached from labor in the weekday weather. It's like that line there is expressing a lot of heaviness. Is expressing a lot of labor, a lot of work, a lot of energy. It's tiring, it's exhausting, and things like that. And when we were practicing reading it aloud, one of the things that we found with one of our students was that by softening the consonant sounds, we kind of lost some of that a little bit, that sense of work, that sense of exhaustion. So consonants can do some things acoustically or with sound that vowels can't do that may be able to enhance your message. And I want to kind of discuss that a little bit more with you. Good morning, guys. Good evening. Good afternoon. Welcome to your daily American English pronunciation show, which is. Ooh, I can get it. I promise I can get it. Or maybe I can't get it. Doesn't want to work today. Or it might just work all at once. Anyways, we're at Wake Up American. This is your daily American English pronunciation stream where we show up Monday through Friday, typically between the hours of 7 to 8 a.m. to make sure that you can get in your 5 to 10 minutes of pronunciation practice for today. And to guide you in this process, there is me. Hello, guys. My name is Jeff. It rhymes with breath. It's one of the 4 keys to a natural sound in American English pronunciation, including placement, pitch, breath, and in general, trying to weaken consonant sounds in order to strengthen vowel sounds. Okay, so I want to again kind of play with a specific line here. What's up to Gansham? Thanks for hanging out with us. So let's bring back up the poem we're looking at, which is this piece here. So I just want you to kind of notice the difference in sound when I say this line 2 times. Then with cracked hands that ached from labor and weekday weather. I'll do that again. Then with cracked hands that ached from labor in the weekday weather. Okay, so reading it that way is basically highlighting the vowel sounds, emphasizing the vowel sounds, trying to flow from vowel to vowel. It really smooths things out. Okay, it's a general sound strategy that you're going to find in American English, where if you listen to someone talk and you feel like they're using lots of reductions, or maybe there's even words that you're not even noticing, you're having a hard time hearing, it's probably because just the sounds are being weakened to such a great degree, because the consonant sounds are being weakened to a great degree. And so we're just kind of moving vowel to vowel. Okay. The only issue is that sometimes we don't want that smoothness. That smoothness works, I think, on a general level for, most of the things you say. But just because something works most of the time doesn't mean it's going to be correct for every single situation. Believe is with us. Ciao a tutti. Ciao Believe. Come stai? Tutto a posto? Hope Believe is doing okay today. So what we want to consider then is what else can we do to enhance a message? Okay. So let's take a look again at our poem. We're going to compare it to another strategy. So that way you can kind of get the idea of what it sounds like if you go vowel focused. What does it sound like if you go more consonant focused? So let us take a look again at our poem. And for context, let me read it again, focusing on heavy vowel sounds. Then with cracked hands that ached from labor in the weekday weather. Okay. Now let's do it again with a focus more on the consonant sounds. Then with cracked hands that ached from labor in the weekday weather. I'll do that again. Okay. Then with cracked hands that ached from labor in the weekday weather. Okay. Difference sonic quality, right? Different sound, different acoustics to that. I believe being too kind. Happy New Year. Yes, we are just about there. Happy New Year's Eve, guys. I don't think no one in the world's at 2025 just yet, but we're getting close. Um, so yes, wishing you all a happy New Year. So do you hear just a difference in quality? Let's compare them more directly. So then with cracked hands that ache from labor in the weekday weather. Then with cracked hands that ached from labor in the weekday weather. Okay. So one of the things that happens when you add those consonant sounds is one, it takes a little bit more energy, at least it does for me. Okay. Two, it creates a lot more breaks. I mean, this is what consonants are so good at. They're so good at kind of disrupting flow, chopping things up a little bit, So that is one of the advantages and disadvantages of consonant sounds. Because in general, you want to flow, but if I want to make something a little bit more staccato, a little bit more broken up, okay, I want to make something maybe, for instance, sound firmer. Like if I'm just if I'm like, no, 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 like no, 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 don't do that, no, no, no. But if I'm like, no, 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 with the heavier N sounds, well, now it sounds a lot more firmer. Sounds a lot firmer, sounds a little bit more authoritative, and things like that. So it can be used, for instance, to express more displeasure, to express something in a way that sounds a little firmer, to express things in a way that make things feel a little bit more like work. And this is all the advantage that consonants can give you. Okay, so as you're reading things and as you're paying attention to people's speech, what I would encourage you to do, this is great, for instance, if you're shadowing a movie or if you're shadowing a show or if you're paying attention to someone talking who's expressing different emotions. So, for instance, if you're shadowing someone who seems angry, then I want you to start paying attention to how are they using their consonant sounds in their words. Like try to identify like a 2, 3, 4, 5 word section of their speech if they're speaking in a way that's angry, and notice what they're doing with their vowel sounds and what they're doing with their consonant sounds. Are they making their consonant sound stronger? Are they giving more space to them? Okay. Conversely, if you hear someone that's really happy or excited or conversely like sad or disappointed, paying attention to what are they doing with their vowel sounds and their consonant sounds. What's the relationship between them? When are their consonant sounds going heavy? When are their consonant sounds going lighter? And then we can try to shadow them and apply it to our own speech because this is going to help you become a much more dynamic speaker. Okay. All right, guys, if you have other questions for me about vowel sounds, consonant sounds, or just American English in general, feel free to reach out to me in the chat or in the comments afterwards. And hey, thanks for hanging out with me. There's a lot of pronunciation resources out there, so the fact you spent a little bit of your time out of your day to be here with me, taking a look at American English is great. Appreciate it. Once more, my name is Jeff. Rhymes with breath. That is one of the 4 keys to a natural sound in American English, including placement, pitch, breath, trying to weaken your consonant sounds, strengthen your vowel sounds. I will see you all later. Hope you guys have a good day, have a good night, and a good afternoon.